is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now it's Jackson. That is going to step up and run. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lane. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Jackson going to keep it.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Middle.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Kick is good.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big play to start them out. Has them at the 45 already.
Gun.
And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The Jaguars are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
On red. Hey, tomato. What? 11, Agate.
And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Second and 10.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
And Walker has it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's good for a Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 25 yards.
Here's Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. He's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives. Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Hey, middle.
This time Jackson will throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Yo.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's complete to Mitchell. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 8-yard line.
Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And it's still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got him in.
Jackson takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Makes it 3rd and 6.
Now Lawrence changing the play.
Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Mike Green gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us out near the 10. Get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now. Standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Sink right. Hey, lion. So 13, Lou. Hey, that's your man. Silver.
Now Lawrence. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself and compose himself and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a first carry here for the running back. Down to about the 45.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They run over center with Mitchell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 4.
You. What? 180. They shot. Hey, Ozzy. Shut up. You at X. Shut up.
Another run with Mitchell. Breaks through the contact. The 20.
5. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
His kick is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Jaguars nothing.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Now he's free at the 35.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Bashal Tootin,
65 yards.
And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. 2nd down and 4.
To throw is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now it's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Sit on! 13. Sit on!
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Hey, here we go.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. There's a short one taken in by Otten. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it is caught. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
Hands it off out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected it as a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Lisa 24. Hey, Ginger, here we go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
At the 43-yard line.
Now Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
Hey, kill.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Hunter. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Red. Hey, Soko, hut. 11, Agate. Go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Easy, real.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You can go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, run.
A short throw there to Strange. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, 39 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Jaguars 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
No, we changed it.
Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Middle.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Jackson. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Oh, they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Second down and 8.
Hey, let's go. 13, Luke.
Lawrence will throw. He'll get this out to Tootin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
30 left. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 33 yards. And the Jags are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Great corner route
out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Hot. Here we go, hot. Here we go, hot.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Extra point attempt to follow here. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Next one.
Once again, it's Mitchell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Sit hot. 180.
Jackson from the shotgun. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And that will be incomplete as well.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on fourth and long.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
No, we changed it.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Jackson now he's going to step up and run.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on third down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Mitchell will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 23 yards on the play.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 30.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 1st and 10. ETN up the middle.
And he stopped immediately there.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Through the middle of the field.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jacoby Myers, his 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And some room to maneuver.
And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock. And they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Here's 2nd down.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
A throw left side, hauled in by Lane. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
180.
Now Jackson. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
Jaguars 28. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Go, let's go.
Back to throw, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, Lion. 30 left. 11, Agate.
Here's Lawrence. That's complete. He's got Tootin. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Hey, Soko, son. Hey, kill.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they